Now that you know about the history of our church, the priorities of our church, and the connected life, we want to make sure that you know some of the frequently asked questions that we get. So one of the questions is what is the leadership structure of our church? So our church is led by two groups, our lead team and our elders. Our lead team is primarily made up of volunteers, and they each lead a ministry team in our church. And they will make decisions over the basic day-to-day ministry things that are happening throughout our church. Our other team is our elders. Our elders, they do a lot of great things. So our elders provide moral accountability for our pastor. They support our church through prayer. They are making sure that we're operating legally according to the laws. They are prayerfully overseeing our long-term goals. So if we have anything that we are planning to do set before us, our elders are making sure that they're praying over all those decisions and in discussion with one another about those decisions. And they help keep our bylaws up to date. So both of these teams are leading our church. And if you want information about who is on these teams, you can go to connectionpoint.church. So the second question is, how do we stay informed as members of Connection Point Church? So each quarter we have a membership meeting, and we invite all of our members together to go over whatever's going on in the church. So this could be anything from what's coming up next, any upcoming events, all the way up to our budget. And we want to be very transparent with our budget. And so this is also a place where you can ask questions about anything in the church. You'll hear from our lead team and our elders, and just make sure that we're all on the same page and all in the know about what's going on. This happens quarterly, and right now it happens on Sunday mornings, and you would get information about when it's happening so that you can be present. So our third question is, how do we maintain a safe environment for our kids and for our church members? So one of the things that we're doing is every volunteer goes through a program called Ministry Safe. Our goal is to have the safest church for our children, to have the safest place for our members and for our children. And so what we do is we ask every volunteer to go through this Ministry Safe training, and every volunteer gets a background check, and we keep those up to date every 2 years. We want to make sure that every child that comes into our facility is protected and safe. And so if you choose to volunteer, which we hope that you do, we want you to know that you will be asked to go through this Ministry Safe program and to do a background check. And it's a joy to be able to do that because we want to make sure that everyone is safe in our church. And it's unfortunate that we have to do something like that because of the world that we live in, but we want to protect our kids and we want to protect our church. And so we are really thankful for this program of Ministry Safe, and we, again, want to have the safest church. Another thing we want you to know about is that here at CPC, we celebrate stories. We celebrate the stories of what God is doing in the lives of the members of our church. And so you've probably seen this. Each week, we want to invite a member of our church to tell a story of what God's doing in their life. And this can be something that's happening currently or something that has happened in the past, because we believe that stories change lives. And so what we'd like for all of our members to be able to do is to tell the story of how Jesus changed their life and the story of God. And so there's going to be 2 videos linked to help equip you to do that. We want you to be able to clearly and concisely say how Jesus changed your life and the story of God, because when you come into contact with someone who doesn't know Jesus, we want you to have the tools to be able to share that with them. We feel like the gospel is so important, and we want you to be ready and prepared to share it with your friends and family. All right, now that you have all this great information, we want to make sure that you know what your next step is. After you complete this video, a link will be sent to you with our Members Covenant. We would love for you to prayerfully consider becoming a member of our church. You can click that link, read through the covenant, and sign it online at the bottom. And once you do that, a member of our church will be reaching out to you to let you know that we want to celebrate you becoming a new member. And so we're going to have a moment in one of our services where we invite you up to introduce you to our church and to celebrate that you are a new member of our church. We are so excited that you are prayerfully considering being a member here. We believe that new members strengthen and build up our church. And so we thank you for considering being a part of our church. We would love for you to be a member here.